It's a beautiful day for baseball here at historic Russell E. Detrick Park in Jamestown, New York, and what a day for baseball it is going to be. Welcome in, everybody, to another broadcast of Jamestown Tarp Skunks Baseball. I'm Dre Guinness alongside Jason Sample, joining me up in the booth for this doubleheader between the Newark Pilots and your hometown, Jamestown Tarp Skunks. And what a week it's been. We started off last week on a doubleheader, and Christian Pensek led the charge with a 7-inning no-hitter, and then Nick Iannello comes in Game 2, shuts the door to sweep the doubleheader, and then on the road, Tarp Skunks have taken care of business, including yesterday, an incredible ball game from a fan's perspective, from a coach and a player's perspective. You have to scratch your head wondering what's going on. Tarp Skunks up 7-0 in the second inning at Niagara. Ironbacks able to score 2 in the bottom of the frame, but a third inning where everything just completely fell apart for the Tarp Skunks. 10 runs coming across, a couple of key errors, a couple of just bad bounces, and then for the Ironbacks, a couple of just great line drive hits to put them up. But the Skunks did not show any quit. They put up 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th to tie it, and then the key moment, coming down to the wire, 2 outs, 1-2 count, Eric Weeks at the plate facing someone who had been throwing nothing but high heat. And on that 1-2 count, Eric Weeks, the hero of the day, put one into the left field bleachers for a grand slam to give the Tarp Skunks a 16-12 lead, which they eventually came back and closed out.
What more can you say? It just goes to show you that the Skunks can never be counted out. We've seen it time and time again this season where they're down, find a way to stay in the ball game, come back. I can remember the game when the manager, Frank Jagoda, was kicked out. They came back from that game and ended up winning the game. So they're kind of the comeback kids this season, but they also have great solid pitching, and once they get up, sometimes they keep that lead through the duration of the ball game, as we saw 1 week ago today. As you noted, today's starting pitcher for this game number 1 is Chris Pensek, and he did nothing but pitch a no-hitter, the first no-hitter in franchise history last week. And who knows what's in store today for the first ball game of this doubleheader, but with Pensek on the mound, I'm sure that we're going to see some quality pitching on his side, and I'm looking forward to see what the Newark Pilots can deliver as well. You know, Dre, last week we were in the broadcast booth for game number 1. The Skunks record was 11-10. We talked about how crucial it was for them to get at least 1, if not 2 victories, but they've done nothing but win since that game last week, that doubleheader, and now their record is 16-10. I believe they're in third place in the Western Division. If not, they're very close to third place. And as we know, the top 4 teams get into the playoffs. So we're now in the month of July. This is when every game is going to count as they position themselves toward the postseason. And if the Skunks can maintain the kind of momentum that they've had so far in the middle of the season and carry it into the month of July to the end, we could very well be seeing some playoff baseball here for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks.
Yeah, Jamestown is sitting currently in 4th place, a game and a half out of first place. Batavia Muckdogs holding that distinction right now. However, for today, effectively, they are idle in the standings. They are playing an exhibition game against the Buffalo Diesel. So whatever happens in their game, it doesn't matter. The important thing is the Niagara Ironbacks defeating the Niagara Falls Americans in game 1 of their doubleheader in Niagara earlier today puts Jamestown in a better position. Niagara Falls now drops a game and a half back, and the Tarp Skunks are in position. They're in the driver's seat. They can put themselves a half a game back. Let's step away for the national anthem.
Sing along, if you would like, as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem and the colors presented by Cub Scout Pack 115.
All right, as the national anthem is over, we are getting one step closer to Tarp Skunks baseball. Just to let you know, give you a little perspective today. Jamestown 1-0 against Newark this year. They did win in Newark on the 12th of June by a final score of 13-8. Tarp Skunks coming in, winning 6 in a row. Now a game and a half behind Batavia. Doesn't matter what anyone else in the league does. Tarp Skunks need to focus on their own stuff to control their own destiny. Newark coming in 4-6 in their last 10, 2-game winning streak after taking 2 of 3 from Elmira over 4th of July weekend. And we'll get you a couple of player moves here in just a moment. But here to give you the starting lineups is Jason Sample.
All right, thanks, Dre. For the Newark Pilots, leading off will be number 9, their center fielder, Giacomo. I don't have Giacomo's first name here, so I apologize. We'll just go by their last names. We have batting second, the shortstop, number 23, Loyal. Batting third will be the second baseman, number 6, Hector. Number 4 in the lineup, batting cleanup, will be the catcher, Brooks. Batting fifth in the lineup is number 22, Ingram. He's at third base. Batting 6 in the lineup is number 12, Paletto. He is left fielder. And batting 7th in the lineup is number 14, King. He is the DH today. Batting 8th in the lineup is number 10. That's Wooten, the first baseman. Batting 9th in the lineup is number 30, Wagner. He is the extra hitter. And batting 10th in the lineup is number 5, Har, who is the right fielder. That's the starting lineup here for the visiting Newark Pilots. For the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, Dre, I don't have my roster completely filled out here, so hopefully you can pick me up a little bit here and continue with the Skunks. All I have is the names. I don't have any positions or anything.
All right, well, let's go ahead and give you the defensive alignment for the Tarp Skunks as they're out in the field. Left field is going to be Blake Herman. Center field, Matthew Dumas, Justin Bremner out in right. Brady McGuire at third, Brady Marshall, the shortstop, Eric Weeks at second, Nolan Smith at first. Jacob Haynesby on the dish, and on the mound is Christian Pensick. Comes in with a 2-1 record, 23 innings pitched, 17 hits, 7 runs allowed, 6 of those earned. Has walked 4, struck out 16. Comes in with an ERA of 2.35, and batters are only hitting 205 against the tall right-hander. As the first pitch that Nick Giacomo sees is a ball, 1-0.
Giacomo, a sophomore from Franklin and Marshall College. He's from Newtown, Pennsylvania.
So he looks a fastball low and away, 2-0. Giacomo, 277 on the season, 13 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 8 RBI. As Pensick kicks and throws, and having a little problem finding the zone early on here.
You remember last week he hit the first 2 batters he faced, if I'm not mistaken. I know he hit the first batter.
Hit the first batter he faced. Is that one poured in for a strike?
That's right. He had 2 hit batters and 1 walk last week in his no-hitter. 1 error as well committed by the team, but really a phenomenal job pitching by Pensick.
The 3-1 swing and a miss. 3-2, and Pensick seems to have located the zone. Giacomo, who started this at bat 3-0, is fallen into a full count here. Cooper Loyal, the shortstop, on deck, and the pitch. There's a line drive into center field. That is a base hit. So for anyone that was looking for a repeat of last weekend, we'll settle for a complete game shutout. As that's going to bring up Cooper Loyal, the shortstop for the Pilots. 305 hitter, double, triple, 13 RBIs.
Cooper Loyal from Victor, New York. He plays college at the University of Albany.
Familiar to Tarp Skunks fans. He played at Detrick Park a few times last year against the Skunks. As that went outside for a ball. 1-0. Couple of player moves here on the Tarp Skunks as Ty Ligoni and Cole Swift have departed the team. That one taken for a strike, 1-1. Mostly injuries, a few personal things going on, so they have left the team, which does happen at this level of baseball. Tarp Skunks did pick up a new player. Jason Slanker joins the team as a snap throw over to first.
Ben Slinker.
Slanker. I'm still learning. I just got the text today. He will be playing at Louisville next year after playing at Ohio University this year. So experienced college player joining the Tarp Skunks, and joining them at the right time, as the core of this team really has come together. That one outside, 2-1. And I think that's been, Jason, the big key, is that the core players for this team have really gelled together as another throw over to first. And talking about guys like Nolan Smith at first base, Jacob Haynes behind the dish, the Brady Bunch over on the left side. That outfield has basically been mix and match between Costello, Dumas, Herman, and Bremner. Runner does not go. There's a ground ball through the hole on the left side, a base hit.
Yeah, I saw Dumas is not starting in center field today. He's a regular mainstay out there, right? He's getting at least the first game off of this doubleheader.
No, he's there.
Oh, you do have Dumas in there. Why was he not in my lineup here?
I don't know.
Oh, they got McGuire leading off, and they've got Dumas batting last in the lineup. That threw me off. I was looking for him to be the number one hitter, but you're right. He is out there, Dre. My apologies.
So 2 on, nobody out for Christian Pensick. Finds himself in a little bit of trouble early on. See if he can work his way out of it, as that one's fouled back toward us. And impressively back to the infield. That had some pop to it. As the second baseman, Anthony Hector, stands in, 288 hitter. 19 hits on the season, 3 doubles, 14 RBI. Pensick kicks and throws. That one poured right down the heart for a strike. 0-2 the count.
Anthony Hector, by the way, comes from Miami, Florida. He's used to this warm weather we're seeing today. Temperature reaching about 90 degrees this afternoon. He's from Siracoso Community College is where he plays ball.
Definitely a different level of humidity down south than up here. And it definitely, I'll agree. It definitely feels like a bit of a southern day today. The only difference is we get a little bit of a breeze. And the pitch. There's a chopper towards second. Weeks has it we'll only have one play to first. Giancomo and Loyal advance with 1 out now. And runners at second and third. That's going to bring up the former Tarp Skunk and now Newark Pilot catcher Noah Brooks.
Yeah, Noah Brooks comes obviously playing with the Tarp Skunks previously. He plays at Siena College. He's from Palmyra, New York.
As the first pitch takes outside for a ball, 0-1, and Brooks having a fantastic season, 397. 25 hits, 7 doubles, a triple, and RBI home run, 21 RBIs. There's a ground ball into center field. That is a base hit. Add another RBI to the already impressive total for Noah Brooks, his 22nd on the season, and Newark has a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Giancomo crosses the plate to score the first run of the game. Loyal advances over to third, and now Brooks is at first, and the Skunks find themselves down by 1 run here in the top of the first inning to open up this ball game. Remember, we're only playing 7 innings today because it's a doubleheader, so you don't want to let them get too much of an advantage here. It's going to be a shortened baseball game.
So standing in now is Grant Ingram. Third baseman, hitting .290, takes the first pitch for looked like a strike. Swing and a miss.
Grant Ingram, by the way, is from Gurley, Alabama. Another Southern boy, plays at North Arkansas College. Up here playing in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League for the summer.
And the pitch outside, 1-1. One and two. Huh? I did see a strike early on. Okay. So that one outside, 2-2. Pensick looked like he was trying to get Ingram to chase. Yeah, Ingram definitely has that Southern Alabama build. You know, there are the combo baseball, football players. He definitely has the look of someone who played linebacker in high school. There's a ground ball into left field. That is a base hit. Coming in to score is Loyal, and it's 2-0 Pilots.
Yeah, definitely an entirely different ball game today for Chris Pensick than what we saw last week. He's just got to settle in here. Try not to give up any more runs, but still only 1 out on the scoreboard and 2 runners on the base path. So he's got to buckle down here and try to get these final 2 outs and not see any more damage or runs across the plate.
As Joel Paletto stands in, left fielder, grounds one to the right side. Weeks again will only have 1 play. That's to first. And with 2 down, back to the runners in scoring position, second and third. And that's going to bring up Brady King, the designated hitter.
Nice job by Weeks there, and nothing's a gimme when it comes to a baseball. That was a slow roller, and Paletto really had some wheels. He was running down the baseline pretty quickly, so good job by the Skunks to get that out there, and let's try to get the final one.
First pitch to Paletto, taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. And if there's one thing that I think we can all take away from this 6-game win streak that the Skunks are on, is that no matter what the situation in the game, there is absolutely no reason to hit the panic button. As there's a ground ball to the second. Weeks having a busy evening, putting it away for the third out. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Pilots. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's Newark 2, Tarp Skunks coming to bat.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
A reminder, this broadcast is brought to you by Wegmans, proud sponsors of CCS-TV's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. At Wegmans, every day you get our best, from farm-fresh ingredients to helpful people who care. Stop in today and see how Wegmans is helping people live healthier, better lives, one meal at a time.
All right, it's going to be Brady McGuire, Jacob Haynes, and Nathan Borchardt due up here 1-2-3 to face Jake O'Connor. O'Connor comes in with an 0-1 record, 19 in the third innings pitched, 24 hits, 14 runs, 12 of those earned, has walked 8, struck out 21, has a 5.59 ERA, and batters are hitting .304 against him as McGuire takes the first pitch for a ball. Next pitch comes in, hacked on and missed, 1-1.
Connor from Hudson, New Hampshire. They got somebody from every state in the union, it seems like, here.
Here's a ground ball too short. Loyal has it, throws on to first, and 1 away. And that's going to bring up the thumper on the team, Jacob Haynes. Jacob Haynes, 377 average, 29 for 77, 9 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, including 1 yesterday in that big 7-inning outburst. Now up to 21 RBIs, leading the team in that category. And the first pitch. It's a fastball on the edge for a strike. 0-1 the count. Haynes having a big offensive outburst as of late. And there's a line drive into right field and a base hit
Yeah, Haynes continuing to look solid with his first at-bat of the ball game. Borchardt now stepping up to the plate.
And everybody on this team actually really looking solid. Tarp Skunks coming into this game as a team hitting .305, which is incredible for a team. In the division, they rank first in hits, third in doubles, third in triples, fourth in home runs with 9. As Nathan Borchardt stands in, takes a fastball in, 1-0. Borchardt with an RBI triple yesterday to tie up the game. Was sent home by Frank Jagoda to attempt a inside the park home run, but the Ironbacks defense locked down and got Borchardt by a couple of steps at home. But an excellent day yesterday. Even had a pop-up where he hurt himself, maybe knocked the wind out of himself a little bit, crashing into the backstop as that one curveball bends him back 3-0. It was definitely an interesting experience watching the Tarp Skunks on the road, not broadcasting and getting a chance to go just as a fan. 3-0 way inside, and Borchardt drawing a 4-pitch walk, 2 on now for Justin Bremner.
Well, let's see what Bremner can do here to cut into this 2-run lead by the Pilots.
Bremner, 383 hitter, 36 of 94, 6 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, and 20 RBIs, trailing Jacob Haynes by 1. Has a chance to tie that lead at the very least. O'Connor, in the same situation Pensek was in earlier in the top of the first inning, finds the zone with a breaking ball, 0-1. Runners take their lead. That one outside, 1-1.
Yeah, Brooks tried to frame that a little bit lower in the strike zone, but nothing doing there.
Well, we know Brooks is a very capable backstop. Did a tremendous job for the Skunks last year. And the pitch. Again, trying to frame it with Bremner with a good eye.
It's tough not to see Brooks come back, but when you have, Haynes and Borchardt, and don't forget about Lindquist, the local guy, I mean, some solid catchers for the Skunks this season, even without Brooks back there.
As that one way outside. 3-1 now. Bremner in prime driver's position here. Three-one hitters count. Could see the runners go here. That would be a little risky early on, but in a 7-inning doubleheader, runners do not go. That one, curveball that finds the zone now. 3-2. And Bremner now in a position where he's got to protect, shorten up, look for something he can drive. The 3-2. Outside. And the bases are full of, the forest is full of Skunks. Bases loaded here.
Yeah, with the leadoff hitter grounding out, the Skunks now are in business with a base hit by Haynes, a walk against Borchardt, and now another walk against Bremner, and they're firing on all cylinders and an opportunity for Smith now to cut into that lead.
As Nolan Smith, the first baseman, stands in, hitting .318, couple of doubles, 15 RBIs. Nolan Smith is a guy who we haven't really talked a whole lot about. He has been a cornerstone and an anchor over at first base. Has been one of the most consistent hitters on the Skunks. As the first pitch, way inside for a ball, 1-0.
Time's going to be called here as Brooks goes out to have a conversation with O'Connor.
O'Connor's worked himself into an unenviable position here. Tarp Skunks have been excelling as of late with runners in scoring position with less than 2 out, including with bases loaded. And it's because the mix and match style of Frank Jagoda's lineups early on in the season, things have started to get figured out here.
Well, this is only his first season with the Tarp Skunks, but I'm really impressed with Coach Jagoda and just how well he can manage his team.
First pitch to Smith inside for a ball.
Gets all the right pieces in, you know. I mean, it's just like we mentioned last week, the fact that they have so many hitters batting over 300, some really solid pitching. Things are clicking for the Skunks.
The pitch, there's a base hit into right field. Haynes will come in to score. They're going to wave Borchardt to the plate. He will score. Sliding into third is Bremner, and Nolan Smith ties this ball game with a 2-run single.
Very nice to see there for the Skunks, tying it up now at 2-2, and they can have a chance now to take the lead here in the bottom of the first inning with runners at the corner and just 1 out. And Marshall stepping up to the plate.
Marshall coming into this game .319 in his own right. 16 RBIs, 10 stolen bases, leads the Tarp Skunks in that category. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. You know, yeah, and it's early on in the season when I started doing research into Frank Jagoda and his resume. You know, I think I put maybe on myself too high of an expectation of what I expected the team to come out and be able to do early on. Never questioned his recruiting, never questioned his philosophy, because I could see where he was going with it. And at this point in the season, has this team exactly where I thought they would be. As there's a fly ball into center field. That is a base hit. Bremner will score. Marshall with an RBI single. The Tarp Skunks continuing to move the line, and it's 3-2 Jamestown.
Yeah, nice job by Marshall there, dropping the ball in no man's land. It looks like he got out his sand wedge there and just lofted it up high and dropped it into very shallow center field where nobody could get to it, and he added another RBI. Now he's up to 17 on the season, and we'll see if he gets a stolen base here with nobody on second.
No, there.
Just 1 out.
There's someone on second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Smith is on second. As there's a drive out into right field. Underneath it is Har. He makes the catch, and there's no advance. One pitch, one away for Dom Costello. I didn't even get the chance to tell my Costello story from yesterday.
He'll be back at the plate.
Oh, yeah. Question is, will I remember? Yes.
I'm putting an asterisk next to it, so I'll ask you about it.
There we go. Blake Herman stands in now. .333 hitter, 8 for 24 on the season, does have a triple. 6 RBIs, has a chance to extend the lead here for the Skunks. First pitch from Jake O'Connor outside for a ball. Nolan Smith at second. He tied the ball game with a 2-run single. Brady Marshall at first. Gave the Skunks the lead, and Herman takes a strike. Herman has been contributing both offensively and defensively since he's been starting to get regular reps here, including a spectacular diving catch that preserved Pensic's no-hitter yesterday as he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Last
that
Sunday.
Was a highlight reel catch, too. I mean, at any level. It was just phenomenal to see his range out there in left field, tracking the ball down and making the catch in foul territory, sacrificing himself to do so. There's a swing and a miss for the final out, but not until after the Skunks score 3 runs, making it 3-2 here after 1 inning of play. We'll be back in a moment with more baseball. Stick around.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Hey, Tarp Skunks fans, Tarp Skunks Baseball on CCS-TV is brought to you by Schultz Auto Group, a proud sponsor of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Visit any of our locations in Jamestown or Warren or online at schultzauto.com.
All right, bottom of the order for the Newark Pilots against Christian Pensick here in the top of the second inning as the Tarp Skunks with 3 in the bottom of the first inning to give the Skunks a 3-2 lead over the Pilots. For Alex Wooten, first baseman, comes in batting $160, 7 RBIs on the season. Pensick kicks and throws. That one finds the zone, 2-1. So yesterday, getting my first visit up in Canada. First time I've been across the border in 20 years. 20, maybe 20 plus. Is that?
That's about it for me too. I don't think I've been there since the early aughts.
Is that 2-2? Yeah, that sounds about right when I was there last. And I got to say, I didn't have any problem with the wait at the border. As there's a ground ball too short. Thrown to first by Marshall, and there's 1 away.
They got it pretty figured out at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the amount of people trying to get across at any one time. But I think I waited to get into Canada 15 minutes, 10 minutes to get out. Not too bad.
No, not at all.
The one thing that really screwed with me though is that as soon as you get across the border, everything changes to kilometers an hour. So
that can be dangerous.
You're having to concentrate on those little numbers underneath the big American miles per hour, especially when you're driving a big American truck like we were. But got that figured out. And first pitch to Liam Wagner, the extra hitter, for a strike, 0-1. Wagner, 231 hitter, has an RBI.
He's from Hingham, Massachusetts. Another New Englander on the roster.
As that one just misses away, 1-1.
I'm looking at the roster. Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. We mentioned New Hampshire. There's Rhode Island on here. They have just about every state in the union represented, at least on this side of the Mississippi.
Big swing and a miss. And Wagner falls behind 1-2. Yeah, this league, I think, just in general, draws a lot of attention from around the country. There's Pensick with that timing mechanic that he has. Just misses off the plate, 2-2.
Yeah, usually a pitcher when they're, nobody's on and they can get in their full wind-up, takes a little bit longer than when they're pitching out of the stretch, but he gets the ball out in a hurry.
2-2, there's a ground ball to Weeks. Picks it up, throws on to first, and that is 2 away. Weeks has been busy. That's his 4th assist today in an inning and 2/3 as Mason Haar, the catcher for the Newark Pilots, stands in. Haar also a returner from last year. This year, hitting $143, double couple RBI. And the first pitch is popped up. High, shallow center field. Dumas coming in, calling everybody off. And puts it away. for the third out. Nothing doing for the Pilots. We head to the bottom of the second inning, 3-2 Skunks. Let's send it down to our roving reporters, Molina and Gia. Well, we're gonna step away and take a break. We'll get our roving reporters in a little bit. You're watching Tarp Skunks baseball.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Okay, give me the names again.
Gia Bell and Melina Singleton.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards.
Eric Weeks stands in for the Tarp Skunks. It's going to be Weeks, Dumas, and then back to the top of the order.
Okay.
Let's send it down to Melina Singleton. Now we're going to keep it here as Weeks now ahead 2-0. Weeks again yesterday, hero of the day with the grand slam in the 9th inning to put the Skunks up 16-12. That one way off the plate, 3-0.
I want to remind everyone, too, after the final out, hit Honest John's for fresh subs, crispy wings, and pizza that always wins. Order online at honestjohns.pizza or stop in after the game.
As that pitch spins Weeks around, might have grazed him a little bit, but he is on base. On 4 pitches and a leadoff walk, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Matthew Dumas.
It's the third walk already given up by O'Connor to go along with 3 hits, and the Skunks have their leadoff hitter for the bottom of the second inning on base. Dumas, who is batting at the bottom of the order. Usually he's leadoff, right, Trey?
It depends. You know, he will hit at the bottom of the order primarily as a bunt single right into no man's land. Absolutely perfect.
We saw that last week.
Yep. And that's where his skill at the bottom of the order. You have a leadoff hitter at the bottom of the order. That's the intent of Frank Jagoda, and that is exactly why. And now you've got your table setters at the top of the order with Brady McGuire, Jacob Haynes, and Nathan Borchardt to clean the table.
Well, let's see what they can do here with no outs and 2 runners on board now here in the bottom of the second inning. Skunks already up by 1 run. They have a chance to add to it. Things are looking well for them.
First pitch to McGuire taken for a strike.
McGuire did ground out as the leadoff hitter at the bottom of the first inning. Here we are already back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the second inning.
That one taken for a strike. 0-2 the count to McGuire. As we can tell you, it is a final in Game 1. Niagara beating Niagara Falls by a final score of 8-0. Game 2 underway. As there's a chopper to third. Gloved on the short hop. Throw to first, not in time, and it gets away from Wooten at first. Coming in to score is Week. And it is 4-2 Skunks. Advancing over to third will be Dumas on the air. And the question is, are they going to give McGuire a hit? It should be a hit and an error.
Yeah, I don't think he will, even if the ball the ball didn't get there on time. So you're right. It really should be ruled a hit.
Yeah, they're not even going to do the hit and an error, just a hit. So,
well, I don't think the runner would have scored otherwise, so it had to be an error at some point.
yeah, Jacob Haynes stands in now. Lines one right to short. Cooper Loyal with a nice snag for the first out. One pitch, one away.
Yeah, do we give McGuire that RBI? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Nathan Borchardt stands in now. One away. Here in the bottom of the second inning. One across already for the Skunks. Runners at the corner.
Borchardt walked in the first inning, then scored a run.
There's a high fly ball into center field. Giancomo tracks under it, makes the catch, tagging and coming to the plate is Dumas. He will score. Advancing to second on the throw home is Brady McGuire. So a sacrifice fly for Borchardt gets him an RBI, and with two down, that's going to bring up Justin Bremner. So Bremner stands in, walked and scored back in the first. Bremner yesterday 3 for 5. Borchardt 4 for 5 yesterday. There's a fly ball, right field. Har underneath it though. We'll put it away, and the side is retired, but a couple more runs come across on 2 hits. We go to the top of the third inning, 5-2 Tarp Skunks.
I've definitely got more comfortable like being in front of the camera, and I got to like meet new people.
If you are into like cameras and news and stuff, I would come here. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. You go to like one of those baseball games, usually you're just stuck in the stands. But with us, no. You can go on the roof or on the field.
If people want to learn more, you just have to go to CCS-TV.com.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands, secure rebates and incentives, and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily, or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
Welcome back. I'm Melina Singleton, CCS-TV. We're here with Bob Swanson, a Tarp Skunks fan. Bob, how's the game going?
Going good so far. Tarp Skunks are 5-2. Nice, beautiful day for baseball. A little bit warm, but got an umbrella to keep us in the shade, so it's good.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot. Everybody's kind of, I don't know, it's looking a little mellow today because everybody's a little overheated. What's your favorite part about coming down here in the summer to watch the games?
Everything, the whole game of baseball. It's been coming down here since 1982, and sitting here in the third base bleachers all the time. It's the only place to watch the game. Loving every minute of it.
So that's awesome. Means a lot to you to come down here, huh?
Yep, love it, love it, love it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much. As we have kicked off the top of the third inning here, Christian Pensick facing Nick Giancomo. And quickly, 2-0 the count to the center fielder for the Newark Pilots. It'll be Giancomo, Loyal, and Hector due up here.
Giancomo got a base hit to lead off the ball game and scored a run.
A rarity against Christian Pensick around here lately. 3-0 the count. And that one catches the inside for a strike, 3-1. So Pensick finding his way back into the zone. So I'm going to give you the overall opinion of Fred Taylor Field out in Niagara, St. Catharines, or I guess Marion, as Giancomo draws a walk. 1 on, nobody out for Cooper Loyal, top of the 3rd inning. So overall, I'll give it a 6.5. Comparing it to Detrick Park, I'll give it a 6.5.
What do you give Detrick Park, by the way?
Well, Detrick Park is the standard.
Very good, very good.
You know, it is
that
the
sets
standard.
the bar.
That's right. You know, no overhead covering around any parts of the seating, so all the stands are open, which is a good thing or a bad thing depending on, you know, whether you burn or not, or whether
Right.
you really want to get a foul ball. You know, it's 6 1/2 a dozen of the other. So that's a foul off to the right. That one's heading toward Faulkner Street, right into traffic. Hopefully that didn't hit a car passing by.
How about the turf? Did it look like it was adequate to play on, or did it look like it was a little rough in some spots?
No, the grass seemed fine.
Okay.
The infield, however, as that one's check swing foul off to the right. The infield, it didn't seem to have like an extra layer of dirt over the base. So balls that would hit the, you know, especially sharp ground balls that would hit that infield dirt, instead of, you know, hitting that extra dirt layer, absorbing some of the shock and dying, they would bounce.
Like a clay court, tennis court.
Absolutely. And that played into that 10-run inning that the Skunks gave up yesterday.
Home field advantage, but it didn't work out in the end. So if nothing else, it wasn't too much of an advantage. First time the Skunks played out there, they've been out there before,
They've
right?
been out there before, yeah. Jacob Haynes has a couple of home runs out there, including yesterday, as there's a shallow fly, shallow center going back on it is Weeks, and he puts it away for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Anthony Hector.
Hector grounded out back in the first inning, but was able to advance a couple of runners and position them for scoring a little bit later on in that inning.
So 1 on, 1 out. Giancomo takes his lead from first. And the first pitch from Pensick.
Well inside. Did it hit him? He's holding his left foot.
Yeah, I was waiting for the umpire to make a decision on that. Apparently it did. As he is limping a little bit, Hector will take first. Seems to be all right. Shakes it off.
Well, he gets on first the hard way, and Giancomo advances on up to second with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. And Noah Brooks stepping up. He got a base hit back in the 1st inning. Made it all the way to 3rd before the final out was made.
Yep, responsible for driving in the first run of the ball game. It's definitely weird to see him in a Pilots uniform. And the first pitch, missing low for a ball, 1-0. Got a chance to sample their special Ironbacks light lager that's made just for Niagara as a throw to second. Giancomo went well off the bag, and Pensick a little lackadaisical on the turn and throw.
So is that a local brewing company that makes that up there?
Yeah, I guess they make it specifically just to sell at the games, and it wasn't bad for a lager. It was a bit hoppier for a lager than I'm used to. As that one's a strike on the outside corner.
I'm surprised nobody's taken advantage of naming a game after the Skunks and making a really high hoppy
IPA.
Yeah, IPA style, because that would fit perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
With the Tarp Skunks.
1-1 to Brooks. The pitch. Swinging. There's a fly ball. Center field. Going back on it is Dumas. Still going back. And it's over his head up against the batter's eye in center field. 1 run coming around. He will score is Giancomo, and an RBI double for Noah Brooks. And it's 5-3.
Brooks 2 for 2 now, and Hector advances all the way over to third. Giancomo scores, and Dumas playing up just a little too much there. He is known for his speed, and I thought for a second he might get a beat on that, and just ran out of airspace out there with the ball dropping before he could get underneath it. But he definitely, you can tell he's catching his wind right now in the outfield after he tried to track that one down. Nice effort by Dumas, but just not able to get in range to make that out. Would have been a spectacular catch had he have done so.
Yeah, that one had a lot of backspin, just carried away from Dumas. Hits at one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. Right dead center of that batter's eye. That's about 408.
Now you think Dumas, it's 414 is the deepest spot out there, and that's a little bit to the right of where that ball landed. So you're right, probably between 400 and 410, somewhere in that neighborhood is the deepest, up dead center, and that's about where that ball was ranging. So,
well, right at the edge of the batter's eye on the right side, right by the Henry James, I went on Google Earth and did the whole measurement. That's 415.
You would.
I got to know.
It's 415, so it's a little bit deeper than 414.
It's a little bit deeper, so.
Okay.
And that center field batter's eye does have a bit of an exaggeration going out. So 408, 410, somewhere in that range.
All the same, I think Dumas might give him another step or two next time Brooks steps up to the plate.
As that one taken outside, 2-0 to Grant Ingram, the third baseman. He singled and drove in a run his last time up. Second and third, one out here for Newark. As there's a chopper toward third, picked up by Marshall at short, throwing to first. And nobody covering third as Brooks is able to advance. Ingram grounds out 6-3. The run does score. Or make that Hector scores. Brooks advances to third.
Yeah, nobody could really get on third because McGuire was ranging over to make that play. He didn't quite have the angle at it. Great job by Marshall to make the play. But then nobody was at third, so obviously it allowed Brooks to advance all the way over. But 2 outs away here.
There's a base hit and the ball game's tied up. Brooks comes in to score on the RBI single by Joel Paletto. And we're all back to even here in the top of the third inning. Brady King now comes in.
And King grounded out to end the first inning.
Pensick would like one here. Fly ball out to right. Bremner, though, has a beat on it, puts it away. And the side retired, but the Pilots do get 3 runs on 2 hits, tie up the ball game. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 5 apiece.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering, so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Welcome back to Detrick Park, San Filippo Solutions, your whole home energy contractors. BPI Gold certified, willing to help solve any energy efficiency problems your home has. Visit us at MakeMeComfyToday.com. That's MakeMeComfyToday.com, and we will help you find a San Filippo solution for your home needs. Also, watch, stream, and follow CCS-TV anywhere you go. Find us on Roku, YouTube, iOS, and Android, or online at ccs-tv.com. And follow at CCS Television on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Back to you, Trey.
It'll be Nolan Smith, Brady Marshall, and Dom Costello due up here, bottom of the third inning, 5 apiece. As Nolan Smith, who drove in 2 with an RBI single his last time up, takes a strike. 0-1 the count. There's a ground ball to first. His counterpart, Wooten, picks it up, flips to O'Connor covering, and there is 1 away. Jamestown Tarp Skunks will be playing host to the Auburn Double Days tomorrow, 6:30 for the first pitch. It is $2 night here at the ballpark. $2 bleacher tickets, $2 hot dogs, sodas, and brews. Come on down and cheer on your Tarp Skunks for $2 nights.
What a bargain.
Absolutely, as Brady Marshall check swing foul, first pitch he sees.
Marshall 1 for 1. He's got an RBI as well. Stranded at first base in the first inning.
And the 0-1 curveball missing up, 1-1. So, yeah, going back to finishing up the review of Fred Taylor Field up in Marion, Canada. You know, overall, I thought very nice. No indoor concessions. It's all outdoor, under tents and everything, which I don't necessarily know if that really makes any kind of a matter or not. But
did you grab something to eat, and was it any good?
So we ate at a different restaurant. There's a ground ball over to short, picked up by Loyal, throwing to first, 2 away. We stopped. We were looking for something, kind of like the Canadian equivalent to, say, an Applebee's or something. And we found a place that I'm not going to mention the name, but it's going to be my go-to place when I go back to Canada, because they had, without a doubt, the best double cheeseburger I've ever had. And first time eating poutine, I'm hooked. I'm in. Dom Costello stands in, the Godfather. We'll see if I can get the story out here as he takes the first pitch for a ball. So yesterday, the public address announcer for Costello's first few at-bats was calling him Don Costello. And, the team would, all right, let's go Dom. So I figure, you know what? If they're going to call him Don Costello, I'm going to start calling him the Godfather. There's a ground ball foul. And coming in, batting .348 on the day. I think he's earned that nickname.
It seems like, is there anybody on the team who isn't batting over 300 at this point? I'm obviously there is, but it's just astounding the number of batters that we have this point in the season, all over 300.
Yeah, I mean, it's very few in this lineup today. Nathan Borchardt batting .299. He still has no official at bat today. He's knocking on the door. Is that 3-1 taken right down the middle, 3-2. So overall, I'll say for the Tarp Skunks fans watching, if you get a chance to go up to Niagara, it's worth it. It's definitely worth going. And the team appreciates it, as there's a foul or a fly ball, shallow left, snagged by Loyal, and the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Skunks. We go to the top of the fourth inning. We are tied at 5.
What's life like in Chautauqua County? It's where small-town charm meets world-class culture, where your downtime gets an upgrade across miles of lakes, state parks, and vibrant local vineyards, where you can live the high life at a low cost as your dollars go further and your roots grow deeper. Whether you're building a business or advancing your career, settling down or settling up, choose Chautauqua County, where every step you take is toward the life you love. Start your next chapter at livechq.org.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Welcome back to Detrick Park. Graduations, weddings, and bridal showers. The DoubleTree by Hilton in downtown Jamestown is your destination for all events. Let their experienced event team help you put together your special event and take the worry and stress off your shoulders. Now offering specials for company events and parties, so stop in or call today.
All right, as Alex Wooten stands in, facing Christian Pensek, fouls that one off 1-1. Wooten, who grounded out to short his first time up. It'll be Wooten, Wagner, and Haar here in the top of the fourth inning. And I'm working to get confirmation. According to the PGCBL website, next weekend against Geneva will be a doubleheader to make up a rainout game. However, it says Geneva will hit last in game number 2, so it's almost like they're getting a home game.
Next Sunday.
As that one taken on the outside, 2-2 now.
Next Sunday, I believe, is going to be a special day anyway. It's going to be Howard Emke Day. Greg Peterson, one of the owners of the Tarp Skunks, is organizing a special day for the inventor of the infield tarp, Howard Emke, who also played Major League Baseball, won a World Series with the Philadelphia Athletics. And he's a Silver Creek, New York native right here in Chautauqua County. So they're going to roll out the red carpet for Howard Emke's descendants, the company he founded that made the Tarp Skunk, and I think even some folks from the Oakland Athletics baseball team representatives will be here. So it's kind of a very big day and a big deal, and it should be a lot of fun to see that recognition. Next week.
Yep, next week. It's also Bark in the Park Day. Presented by Purina. Bring your four-legged friend out to the ballpark and let them soak up the atmosphere. As Wooten draws a walk, that's going to bring up Liam Wagner, the extra hitter. And the first pitch gets behind Haynes, goes all the way to the backstop. And on the wild pitch, Wooten advances to second. That one hit the dirt, bounced off Haynes, and I actually thought was going to end up here in the window. It was coming right at us.
Yeah, the trajectory looked like if it had a little bit more lift to it, could have ended up in the press box.
That would have been impressive. There's 1-0 the count. And that one missing 2-0. Pensick at this point just trying to eat up innings. The doubleheader mentality is there's a ground ball to second. Weeks has it. Throw on to first. Wooten advances to third, and there is one away for Mason Haar.
And Mason Haar flew a pop fly back in the second inning to end that inning. And now we have time called in the field, and I think we have a new pitcher coming in, Dre. We do have somebody making their way from the bullpen out to the mound, so Penzick only makes it through 3 1/3 inning, not even, right? Yeah, there's one out, 3 1/3 inning.
Yep, so we're going to step away for the Schultz Auto call to the bullpen. We'll be back with a new pitcher in just a moment.
I've definitely got more comfortable like being in front of the camera, and I got to like meet new people.
If you are into like cameras and news and stuff, I would come here. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. You go to like one of those baseball games, usually you're just stuck in the stands. But with us, no. You can go on the roof or on the field.
If people want to learn more, you just have to go to CCS-TV.com.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands. Secure rebates and incentives and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily, or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
New pitcher on the mound for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is going to be the right-hander Daniel Thomas. Side armor comes in with a 2-0 record, 3.31 ERA in 16 and a third innings. And he will face Mason Harr with one out here, top of the fourth inning. Pilots with a runner at third and threatening.
Yeah, not quite the start we wanted to see from Chris Pensick, but you'll have that once in a while. 3 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch by my account, and I don't think he had a strikeout. I may have missed one, though.
No strikeouts on the day.
Let's see what Thomas can do here to help keep the game tied.
So he'll face Mason Harr, first pitch way outside. 1-0. Thomas, hard-throwing sidearm slinger. 1-2 sidearmers, or, as they say, the low three-quarter motion, as that one's popped up behind us and bouncing off the press box. And it's 1-1. Very similar to Anthony Serrano and his approach. Low three-quarter to sidearm, throws a lot of fastball, does mix in some off-speed. That one's fouled straight back. 1-2 the count.
That would make me very nervous as a right-handed pitcher, seeing that sidearm coming at you. Which is why I don't play baseball.
Infield playing in the pitch. Called strike 3. Harcott looking. And the first strikeout for the Tarp Skunks pitching staff, second out of the inning. And we go back to the top of the order with Nick Giancomo.
Giancomo 1 for 1 on the day. He also walked back in the third inning. He's scored 2 runs so far today. Now he has a chance to drive in a run if he can get a base hit.
Daniel Thomas doing everything he can to prevent that here. And the first pitch misses high for a ball. 1-0. Game 2 will take place approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. As that one's fouled off. Look out in the picnic area, and that's off one of the tents. 1-1. Skunks trying to get back into the dugout. There's a fly ball center field. That's going to split the gap. That one's heading all the way to the wall. Dumas has it, throws it in. Heading to third and will be in without a throw is Nick Giancomo with a 2-out triple. Driving in, Wooten from third, and it's 6-5 Newark.
Yeah, Giancomo is no joke here. He's shown that he can get a base hit. He's got a triple now. He also walked back into third inning, scored 2 runs, drove in an RBI. I can see why they have him in the leadoff spot with that speed going around the bases. Of course, when you hit it all the way to the wall like that, it kind of makes it relatively easy to get a triple. He slid without really even needing to. There would have been no chance of that ball coming in time.
As Thomas, first pitch to Cooper Loyal, missing low for a ball. Loyal 1 for 2 on the day with a single. He did score a run back in the first inning. Also flew out to short. Takes a fastball in the outside part of the zone for a strike. 1-1. And now the book officially closed on Christian Pensick. The pitch. That one taken low, 2-1, so it'll be 3 1/3, 6 runs, 6 hits.
And 6 of them earned. A 666 there. That's not a good omen.
Only in poker. That one's way outside 3-0, or 3-1.
Or if you're an Iron Maiden fan.
I guess. Never really was a big fan of them growing up. I was more of the new wave of British heavy metal, but not them. I like Def Leppard and other stuff. That one called a strike.
And Loyal was thinking it was ball 4, but no go there.
Yeah.
So we got a full count here with 2 outs, a runner at third. And the Skunks now down by 1 run here in the top of the 4th inning.
3-2. Fouled off. Out of play. And we'll do 3-2 all over again. That was more of a Motley Crue guy back in that.
Oh, yeah.
In those days.
Same here. AC/DC, I mean, you can never go wrong with them.
As that one inside for a ball. And Thomas has been hit or miss in that strike zone here. And with runners at the corners with 2 outs, that's going to bring up the second baseman, Anthony Hector.
Hector grounded out in the 1st inning and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning.
Came around and scored a run on Ingram's weak ground ball to short. First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Thomas would like to shut the door here. Noah Brooks on deck for the Pilots, and he's had himself a day. And the pitch runner does not go. Fouled off into the Newark Pilot dugout.
Hey, you mentioned Brooks in the batter's box. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Hit that nice shot in dead center field over Dumas's head.
Runner goes, pitch way inside, gets behind. Jacob Haynes coming in to score on the wild pitch is Giancomo. 7-5, Newark now with the lead. And at this point, you almost get the feeling that Tarp Skunks may be pressing a little bit here, trying to make things happen instead of just doing what got you to the dance and doing what comes naturally. Saw that with Pensick, seeing that a little bit with Thomas trying to put a little bit too much on a fastball here and there. That one nice and easy. A swing and a miss, and the inning is over. 2 runs on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 7-5 Newark here in Jamestown.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
Welcome back to Detrick Park. Skunks fans, celebrate that win or eat your feelings with Honest John's. Crispy wings, melty pizza, and online ordering that's fast and easy. Visit honestjohns.pizza tonight. Also, it's a new day at Pearl City Hops, located in the Doubletree by Hilton at 150 West 4th Street. Go try their new food and drink menu offerings. Nothing pairs better than steak and frites with a smoked cinnamon cocktail. Come check out their Music Monday series on the 4th Street patio or Karaoke Thursdays. Pearl City Hops, where good times are always on tap.
All right, for the Tarp Skunks, it's going to be Blake Herman, Eric Weeks, and Matthew Dumas, bottom of the order, facing Joe. Well, is he still in there? Let's make sure that Jake O'Connor is still the pitcher. First pitch is taken for a strike.
It is, yep.
Okay.
Number 18, Jake O'Connor, still out there.
Okay. There's a weak chopper foul, and Herman falls behind 0-2 quickly. Herman struck out his first time up. Niagara Falls and Niagara in game 2 of their doubleheader, bottom of the third inning, no score between those two. Auburn is off today. So this is a tailor-made weekend for the Tarp Skunks if they can get back into this ballgame. Swing and a miss, and Herman goes down a second time today on strikes.
You mentioned Batavia was playing, but it was a non-league game.
Non-league game, so essentially they are idle in the standings.
Well, Weeks steps up to the plate now. He walked and scored a run back in the second inning.
Yep. And we'll see if he can get himself back on. Weeks yesterday ended up going 2 for 5 for the day. There's a line drive just fouled on the third base line.
Yeah, about 1.5 feet is all.
Tarp Skunks looking for a little spark here. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Trailing by 2. There's a high fly ball out to right field. Haar spins around on it. Camps under it and puts it away for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Matthew Dumas.
Dumas trying to wake things up a little bit here. That's the 6th consecutive batter retired. 7th consecutive batter retired for the Newark Pilots against the Skunks here. They've been very quiet since the middle of the second inning.
Dumas, who bunted for a base hit his first time up, stands in, takes the first pitch for a ball away. No sign of bunting here. Ground ball foul down the first baseline, and it's 1-1. Top of the order due up next with Brady McGuire.
We mentioned that Jake O'Connor, the starting pitcher for Newark, is still out there on the mound, and nobody's warming up in the bullpen either for Newark. There's a hit into center field, and Giancomo is going to pull it down for the final out. Sorry, Dre.
Oh, that's fine. Nothing doing in this half of the inning. We go to the top of the 5th inning, 7-5 Newark.
What is your
What's life like in Chautauqua County? It's where small-town charm meets world-class culture, where your downtime gets an upgrade across miles of lakes, state parks, and vibrant local vineyards, where you can live the high life at a low cost as your dollars go further and your roots grow deeper. Whether you're building a business or advancing your career, settling down or settling up, choose Chautauqua County, where every step you take is toward the life you love. Start your next chapter at livechq.org.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Rise to every challenge and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Come on out and support your Jamestown Tarp Skunks tomorrow as the Auburn Doubledays come back into town. It's $2 night here at the ballpark. $2 night, it's $2 bleacher seats, beers, sodas, and hot dogs. You're not going to want to miss that. Come on down. Always a popular night here at the ballpark. And then next Friday, July 11th, the Niagara Ironbacks come back into town. And this time it is Wegmans Community Buyout Game. Free admission to everyone who comes out to the ballpark. Great opportunity to cheer on your Tarp Skunks. And then next Sunday, doubleheader with Geneva. It is Bark in the Park Day presented by Purina. Get more information at JamestownTarpSkunks.com as Noah Brooks stands in. Already 1 for 2. Single and a double and an RBI in this game. The former Tarp Skunk putting the hurt on his former team here. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, Brooks right at home here at Detrick Park, and you would expect as much considering he played here a significant amount of time last year.
Next pitch is a line drive right to Marshall, who gloves it and puts it away for out number 1. Yeah, Brooks, part of that catching core last year of him, Henry Juan, and Julian Sauger, who ended up injured with an strained oblique muscle early in the season that pretty much ended his Tarp Skunks run last year. And this year, I would put this catching core up against that one any day of the week and twice on Sunday. And as a matter of fact, we are doing it twice on Sunday.
There you go.
As Ingram fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. He is 1 for 2, I think. I don't know what I scratched into his first at-bat.
Yeah, and the first at-bat was a base hit. The second at-bat did score a run, but I don't think it was a true sacrifice in terms of a deep hit, so we will count that at-bat. You're right, 1 for 2.
Okay, I was scribbling, and I guess I was scribbling or trying to recreate something from Stargate. As there's a line drive down the right field line, hooking foul, and it bounces into the picnic area.
Skunks have not had a 1-2-3 inning yet this ball game. Oh, I apologize. They did in the second inning. So strike that, take it back. I'll never say it again.
Objection, Your Honor. I'd like that stricken from the record.
Yes, please. Looking at my scorebook a little too quickly here.
You get an interesting one. Yours is definitely different than mine.
Oh, the scorebook itself or the way I take? Because the way I score, too, is always a kind of a trial by fire.
The book itself, I got to take a closer look at that after in between games here.
I got this from a local place right in downtown Jamestown.
Oh, nice.
A few years ago.
1-2 the count. Oh, and that one comes in, and that hits Ingram. And someone is a little enthusiastic about that.
Left fielder number 12.
So 1 out, 1 on for Joe Paletto, the left fielder. Paletto 1 for 2. Grounded out to second. Had an RBI single back in the third inning. And we have time called here. It looks like Ingram had to take off some of his accoutrements at first base. Now he is set and ready. Paletto stands in Thomas's first pitch, way inside for a ball, 1-0. Thomas looks in. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Ingram, I don't think, is going to draw a throw. He has not taken that big of a lead.
No, you can tell that he's there for his strength more so than his speed.
As that one comes in and hits Paletto, back-to-back hit by pitch.
Well, Thomas isn't doing the team any favors right now with the Skunks down by 2 runs and hitting 2 consecutive batters, but hopefully we can still get out of the woods here before any more damage is done.
These are the things that will frustrate a manager.
Brady King is 0 for 2 so far, the designated hitter for the Pilots.
First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1 the count. He has been the third out in each of the 2 innings he's hit, so.
Well, maybe he'll get it hit into a double play here.
You know, something nice like a little 4-6-3. Something off the end of the bat. Swing and a miss, 0-2. I keep doing that every once in a while because I remember watching an old Atlanta Braves game back in the early to mid 80s where I forgot who it was. As there's a ground ball to first, knocked down by Smith. He will take it to the bag himself. And there are 2 outs as Ingram and Polito advance.
First baseman number 10.
That's going to bring up Alex Wooten, the first baseman.
Wooten 0 for 1 of the day, grounded out in the second. He did walk and score a run back in the 4th inning as well. I think that was the run that took the lead.
That looks like it to me, yes. It was the first pitch. Missing for a ball, 1-0. I think it was Pete Van Weren was talking about the movie coming up after a Braves game. Magnificent Seven warming up in the bullpen after whoever the hitter was hits into a 4-6-3, and the very next pitch was a 4-6-3 double play. So every once in a while I go fishing for one of those. 1-1 the count. Wooten stands in. Ground ball to McGuire, or to Marshall at short, throwing to first. In time, Smith able to keep his foot on the bag. And a close call, but nothing doing for the Pilots. No runs, no hits. 2 runners left on base due to the hit by pitch. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Welcome back on CCS-TV. I'm here with Tarp Skunks second baseman Eric Weeks. Yesterday, you hit a grand slam in the top of the 9th inning to give your team the lead. When you were rounding the bases, how did you feel?
Just a ton of energy. Really was fired up. Just felt awesome. Great swing for the team there, and got us in control of that game again. So yeah, really fired up and felt great. So.
Also, where does this home run rank in your career?
It's probably, I was going to say 1 or 2. Had one this year that was pretty cool, but I think that was probably the coolest home run I ever hit. So, yeah, that was great. So.
Thank you so much for that interview.
Yes, sir.
Back up to Jason and Dre in the booth.
All right, Sebby, thank you very much. Nailed that one. Absolutely nailed it. As Brady McGuire now with a 2-1 count. As Jake O'Connor still in the ballgame. That one's popped up high and shallow on the infield. Back on it is Wooten. He makes the catch for the first out.
A little precarious there on the coming down, but he stuck the landing and got the out.
Yeah, that Romanian judge gave him a 7.6 on the dismount. You always get that one judge that, always underscores.
Looks like
right?
it just drifted a little further back than he had anticipated. So you never know what's going to happen with those skyscrapers, but they came down with it that time.
Jacob Haynes stands in, team leader in home runs with 4. Takes a ball on the outside.
Haynes is 1 for 2, by the way. Got a base hit in the first inning. Lined out in the second.
There's a hard ground ball through the Tony Gwynn hole on the left side. A base hit. Everything Haynes hits sounds loud. And with 1 on, 1 out, Nathan Borchardt stands in. Walked, scored a run in the first. Sacrifice fly to score to drive in a run in the second. No official at bats, 2 plate appearances, and is knocking on the door of 300 for the season, batting .299. Left-hander stands in, and the pitch. There's a chopper fouled on the first base side. 0-1 the count.
We are seeing somebody warming up now over in the Newark bullpen. O'Connor's done a great job pitching here in the middle part of this ball game.
There's a line drive up the middle, a base hit. McGuire will hold at second. Nathan Borchardt with a base hit to get his average over 300 for the season. Add another 300 hitter to an already devastating Tarp Skunks lineup as Justin Bremner now comes up with 2 on, 1 out. Bremner second on the team in RBIs with 20. Looking to tie Jacob Haynes, who stands off second, and the pitch fouled off. First pitch breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Bremner walked, scored back in the first inning, also flew out to right field in the second. Base hit gets the Tarp Skunks back in this game. Extra bases could tie it. And the pitch. There's a line drive right to third. Ingram gloves it, but unable to get anyone off the bases as Borchardt and Haynes quickly back to the bag, and now there are 2 outs.
We got number 15 warming up for the Tarp Skunks, Trey, over in their bullpen as well. So we got action in both bullpens right now as we now have 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning of a 7-inning ball game. Runners at first and second. O'Connor ready to deal here for the Pilots on the mound. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a little high for a ball. 1-0 the count.
Jason Brown, the Tarp Skunk, warming up in the Skunks bullpen. It looks like number either 20 or 29. Could either be Warner Gearhart or Micah Bennett warming up, as it's 1-1 to Smith.
Well, Micah Gerhart or Michael Bennett, I should say, is a right-handed pitcher, and the other one's left-handed.
All right, so we're going to go right-handed.
So that would be number 29, Micah Bennett, the freshman from Union College out there, warming up as the count is now 2-1 with 2 outs here. Runners at first and second for the Skunks.
Smith standing in. Already has a 2-run single today. There, it's a breaking ball, fell right into the zone. 2-2. And now O'Connor looking to close out 5 innings, 5 strong innings here. Pitch. Breaking ball just missed up 3-2. So now if you're Smith, you know that O'Connor likes to throw the curveball and can hit it for a strike on 3-2. Are you looking curveball or you go back to default fastball?
I think he just tried to make contact, so my guess is the curveball.
There's a Fly ball, shallow left on the curveball. Coming in is Paletto. Falls over and makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Time running out for the Skunks. It's 7-5 Newark.
I definitely got more comfortable like being in front of the camera, and I got to like meet new people.
If you are into like cameras and news and stuff, I would come here. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. You go to like one of those baseball games, usually you're just stuck in the stands. But with us, no. You can go on the roof or on the field.
If people want to learn more, you just have to go to CCS-TV.com.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands. Secure rebates and incentives and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily, or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
Hey fans, CCS-TV is your home for local student voices, community highlights, and live sports coverage. Watch us on Roku, YouTube, your mobile device, or at CCS-TV.com. And don't miss out on exclusive content. Follow at CCS Television on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. CCS is the exclusive home of Tarp Skunk Baseball.
All right, due up for the Newark Pilots is going to be Wagner, Haar, and back to the top of the order for Giancomo. 7-5, Pilots, top of the 6th inning. In the driver's seat here, Daniel Thomas back on the mound. Will continue. Jason Brown warming up for the Skunks. He is probably next, depending on if Thomas gets into any trouble early on here. Wagner, and I do not exaggerate when I say the big right-hander stands in. Grounded out to second. His both times up. This time grounds to third. McGuire with it. Throw on to first. 1 pitch, 1 away.
That'll bring up Mason Haar, the right fielder, who flew out in the 2nd inning and struck out looking in the 4th inning. So he's 0 for 2 on the day. Bottom of the order. We'll go back to the top of the order after this at-bat.
One of the few quiet spots in the Pilots lineup today in their first pitch. Hard ground ball toward third. McGuire gloves it, falls down, throws it to first, not in time. And that was going to be a hard play for McGuire to complete once he lost his footing. But a good job to keep it in front of him. Good job by Marshall, too, to go back him up. Even if the ball had gotten under the glove of McGuire, though, I don't think Marshall would have had a play. Just too much speed by Mason Haar.
Yeah, I scored that base hit. Rightfully so. And now we're back to the top of the order with Giancomo, the center fielder, at the plate. He is, 2 for 2 with a walk as well. He's seen a lot of action today. A triple, base hit, scored all 3 times. And he also, like I said, walked back in the 3rd inning. So very busy leadoff hitter here for the Pilots.
Hot hitting right-handed center fielder stands in, 1 on. There's a chopper foul at the plate. 1 on, 1 out. 0-2 the count. Skunks will only have 6 more outs to try to get back into this game. Daniel Thomas trying to shut it down here. Christian Pensick started this ball game, ended up going 3 1/3, giving up 6 runs, all earned. His time called at the plate. Cooper Loyal on deck. It's a snap throw over to first. Haar back easily. Har takes his lead. The pitch fouled off. Right side, out of play. And it remains 0-2. These next couple of weeks are going to be crucial for the Skunks. There's a logjam at the top of the division, and everyone's scrambling for playoff position.
I don't think there's much room between 4th and 5th place either, right? The Skunks currently in 4th place, and I know it's like a game, 1.5 games between 1st and 4th place, but even the 5th place is in the hunt.
Yeah, Newark only 4 games back. Elmira 4.5. So, I mean, it's not even outside the realm of possibility that the 5th and 6th spots can get on a hot streak, because that one just misses. Technically, right now, due to the Americans losing Game 1 of their doubleheader, the Skunks have moved into a tie for 3rd place. A game and a half out, pending this one. If they were able to come back and win, they would even up the Auburn Double Days at a game out, as there's a swing and a miss, and Giancomo down for the first time today. 2 down. And that'll bring up Cooper Loyal.
Yeah, it's nice to see Thomas quieting Giancomo, who has had a very successful day up to that point, and I believe that's the second strikeout for Thomas.
3rd strikeout. He got Hector to end the 4th inning.
That's right.
Got Har also in that 4th inning.
Got Har looking, and then Giancomo there swinging. So Loyal now at the plate. Got a base hit in the 1st inning, flew out in the 3rd, and walked in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 on the day.
First pitch he saw was a ball. 1-0. Snap throw over to first, and Har, a little more adventurous, took an extra step off the bag, close coming back. So 0-1 the count. Line drive into right field. That is going to be a base hit. Bremner over to cut it off. He will get it back in. As advancing over to 3rd is Har. Runners at the corner now with 2 out. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Alex Hector. Or Anthony Hector.
Yeah, Anthony Hector grounded out in the 1st inning, hit by a pitch into 3rd, and struck out, as we just mentioned, in the 4th inning. So he's 0 for 2 on the day, hit by a pitch, and did score a run. Back in the 3rd, he got an RBI, I believe. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't him. That was somebody else.
Yeah, this is Frank Jagoda coming out to the mound to make the Schultz Auto call to the bullpen. Daniel Thomas's day is done. Jason Brown will be, it looks like Jason Brown will be coming in. We will come back and confirm in just a moment.
What's life like in Chautauqua County? It's where small-town charm meets world-class culture, where your downtime gets an upgrade across miles of lakes, state parks, and vibrant local vineyards, where you can live the high life at a low cost as your dollars go further and your roots grow deeper. Whether you're building a business or advancing your career, settling down or settling up, choose Chautauqua County, where every step you take is toward the life you love. Start your next chapter at livechq.org.
At Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, we believe in supporting our community and helping you achieve your financial goals and strive to make a positive impact for our members and the community. Our mission is to empower individuals with the skills and resources necessary to achieve financial freedom. As our members and the community achieve their goals, we fulfill ours, creating a brighter future together. Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union, your partner in financial well-being.
Looking to feed the family, the whole team, or just your own hungry self? Honest John's has you covered. We're talking fresh-made subs, crispy wings, and pizza so good you might just start happy dancing. Trust Honest John's for takeout, delivery, and easy online ordering, so you can get the goods without lifting more than a finger. Or stop in for our famous all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. From crispy wings to cheesy pies, Honest John's satisfies. Order now at honestjohns.pizza.
What's life like in Chautauqua County? It's where small town charm meets world-class culture.
Welcome back. Tonight's coverage comes to you live from the Wegmans broadcast booth, where fresh calls meet fresh ingredients. Whether you're in the mood for a hot meal, a fresh salad, or a quick snack for the game, Wegmans has you covered. Helping you live better, eat better, and cheer harder. That's the Wegmans way.
News Tarp Skunks pitcher is going to be Jason Brown. Comes in with no record, 0.69 ERA in 13 innings. This will be his 7th appearance. He's given up 9 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of those earned. Walked 8, struck out 10, and the other day came in and locked down the 9th inning in a 9-4 win over the Niagara Ironbacks. Coming in with one mission, and that's to get the Skunks back into the dugout. As Anthony Hector, first pitch he sees, ground ball to second. Weeks able to knock it down, but that's going to be an RBI single as Mason Haar comes in, and it's now 8-5 Newark.
Yeah, Weeks really had to range even to get a glove on that ball, as we just saw, and was able to knock it down, but couldn't field it. And I'm not really sure he would have had a play even if he was able to field it cleanly there. So definitely a base hit with an RBI.
As that run will be charged to Daniel Thomas. And Noah Brooks stands in.
Important insurance run for the Pilots as well.
Yeah, and Brooks looking to supply a little bit more, 2 for 3 on the day. And he gets hit by the first pitch that comes in. So Pilots now with the bases loaded.
Well, with 2 outs, now you've got a force out on any bag. Always look on the bright side here. With Grant Ingram stepping up, he got a base hit in the first inning, sacrifice in the third, and hit by a pitch in the 5th.
We'll see if Jason Brown can close out here without giving up any more damage. The first pitch, taken for a strike of the knee, is 0-1 the count. Trying to think of a line to use when the Pilots have the bases loaded. There's a ground ball toward third, gloved by McGuire, throwing to first in time. Nice stretch by Nolan Smith. And the inning is over, but not before the Pilots get another run across on 3 hits. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 8-5 Newark.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Hey Tarp Skunks fans, looking for local stories, student shows, and community sports? You can stream all of our original content anytime on Roku, YouTube, or free mobile apps for iOS and Android, or online at CCS-TV.com. Plus, we're on social media. Follow CCS Television on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to stay connected with everything happening at CCS-TV. Is it iOS or iOS? I don't have any type of technological acumen.
It's iOS.
Okay, I guess I had it right.
As Brady Marshall stands in, takes the first pitch he sees for a strike. Jake O'Connor Still out there on the mound through 76 pitches. It'll be Marshall, Costello, and Herman trying to break through here in the bottom of the 6th inning as the Skunks trail by 3. There's a line drive into center field and a base hit.
Well, that's what the Skunks needed here. We were talking about how you can never count them out, no matter how much they're trailing by. They're only down by 3 runs here, but they only have 6 outs to work with because we only are doing 7 innings in this game 1 of a doubleheader. So they don't have a lot of time, but it's promising to see the leadoff hitter get on base here at the bottom of the 6th inning.
As activity continues more in a hurry down in the Pilots bullpen.
I'm surprised they kept O'Connor out there, to be honest with you.
The Godfather himself, Dom Costello, stands in, takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. I'm going to make this a thing. Costello looking to make O'Connor an offer he can't refuse. As there's a breaking ball taken for a strike, 0-2. Blake Herman on deck. Marshall, snap throw back. Taking a long lead off of first. Marshall leading the team with 10 stolen bases. Might be on the move just to get out of a double play as there's a line drive down the first base line, just foul.
Yeah, just on the right side of first base there, so unfortunately, go back and try it again here.
That was a bang call by the home plate umpire who made the correct one.
What was that Godfather quote that Don Corleone said, "May all your children be masculine children"?
You know what? I only watched 20 minutes of The Godfather. I couldn't get into it. It's not that good of a movie. And the pitch. There's a line drive over the head of the leaping Hector at second base. A base hit.
Citizen Kane is also a student art film, right?
Let's just put it this way. I'd rather watch 2001 A Space Odyssey on repeat for a week.
Nothing wrong with that.
That is going to be the end of the day for Jake O'Connor as we're going to get a Schultz Auto call to the bullpen. New pitcher for the Pilots coming in. We'll let you know who it is when we come back.
I definitely got more comfortable like being in front of the camera, and I got to like meet new people.
If you are into like cameras and news and stuff, I would come here. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. You go to like one of those baseball games, usually you're just stuck in the stands. But with us, no. You can go on the roof or on the field.
If people want to learn more, you just have to go to CCS-TV.com.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands. Secure rebates and incentives and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
New pitcher for the Newark Pilots is going to be number 29, Micah Bennett. If I can find his stats here. He does not have stats.
Well, I'll tell you, Dre, that he's from Union College in Newton, Massachusetts. Right-handed pitcher, freshman, 5'11", 185 pounds.
So this is going to be apparently his first appearance for the Newark Pilots, as he has nothing in the register. And speaking of first appearances, as we're getting a look at the new Tarp Skunks acquisition, Ben Slanker, the now University of Louisville product, stands in his first at bat. wearing number 44, and he takes the first pitch he sees for a ball 1-0.
Well, Slinker has a chance to make a big impression here in his first at-bat in a Tarp Skunks uniform with 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position, his team trailing by 3, so he represents a tying run.
Nico Frizzell also replaces Dom Costello at first. So Blake Herman's day is over. Slinker more than likely will remain in left. We'll check that out. In the top of the 7th inning. And the pitch. Swinging, there's a high fly ball foul heading toward the Pilots bullpen, and it's out of play. 2-1 the count. And Frank Chigota did his due diligence before he brought Slinker in. Not just going to bring in any warm body. Slinker built like an outfielder, left fielder, wearing number 44 in the pitch. That one off the plate. 3-1. Game 2 will take place approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And the 3-1 fouled straight back. Slinker looking at that high, letter high fastball. Tantalizing. Just missed it by a quarter inch. Missed it by that much. The 3-2. Fouled off. Left side out of play. Slinker stays alive.
Good duel so far between these 2 newcomers to the ball game.
Absolutely.
Bennett and Slinker.
Getting a scouting report on both guys. And the 3-2. There's a shallow fly ball, right field coming in, and it's going to drop in no man's land. The throw comes in a second. Nico Frizzell able to slide in ahead of the tag. So welcome to Jamestown, Ben Slinker. 1 for 1 on the season. The forest full of skunks. And that's going to bring up Eric Weeks. And I don't know if you're familiar with what Eric Weeks likes to do when the bases are loaded, but Eric Weeks likes to hit the ball high, he likes to hit the ball far, and he likes to hit the ball out of here. I would like to see a repeat performance of yesterday.
He's 0 for 1 today. He did walk back in the second. That's a deep hit.
High fly ball. Left center field, going back on it is Giancomo. He makes the catch. Tagging and coming in to score is Marshall. Frizzell advances to third. A sacrifice fly gets a run across, and it's 8-6 with 1 out.
Two runs here, so 2 runners in scoring position. Down by 2 runs now are the Skunks.
Matthew Dumas due up. Dumas, I wouldn't be surprised to see a safety squeeze here with Dumas' skills bunting. It's the first pitch. It's a high chopper off the glove of the first baseman Wooten. Coming in to score is Frizzell. Everybody's safe, and that should be an RBI single for Dumas, as that was a tough play. And that's exactly what they're going to score, an RBI single back to the top of the order for Brady McGuire, and the Tarp Skunks now down 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And just 90 feet away from scoring the tying run right now, 8-7 to score.
Line drive fouled on the third base line. McGuire thinking about tying this one up quickly here. First and third, 1 out here. Dumas might be on the move. Stay out of the double play. Does not go. That one taken outside for a ball. 1-1. Cena seems to be a little more conservative on the base paths today, as far as advancing and trying to manufacture runs the stolen base way. Snap throw over to first, and Dumas is back.
I want a ball. Throw to the camera girl. Ball! Show up.
And the pitch. Runner goes, swinging. There's a line drive into left field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Coming around third is Dumas. He will pull in there. Brady McGuire with an RBI single ties the ball game at 8 apiece.
Nice job this inning by the Skunks, continuing to keep things going. And Micah Bennett, coming in, didn't seem to do any favors. And now, because of a lack of concentration by the pitcher, McGuire just advanced on to second. So now we have runners at second and third with just one out. The game all tied up, and the infield is now going to play in.
As Brady McGuire just walked off first. Jacob Haynes stands in. He hits a high fly ball into center field, shallow. Grab is made by Giancomo, but coming in to score is Matthew Dumas. Jacob Haynes doing Jacob Haynes things, driving in a run with a sacrifice fly, and it is now 9-8 Skunks.
Yeah, 4-run inning here at the bottom of the sixth for the Skunks, and they now have retaken the lead, something they have not had since the end of the second inning when the Pilots came back to tie it up and then eventually took the lead in the fourth inning. So the Skunks now back in the lead and trying to add an insurance run with a runner at second and 2 outs.
Nathan Borchardt stands in. Designated hitter, 1 for 1 on the day. Singled his last time up. He's also walked and driven in a sacrifice fly. McGuire in scoring position as that one taken outside. 2-0. And with that stolen base, McGuire now ties Brady Marshall for the team lead for stolen bases with 10. And that was probably the most stylish way to do it, as that's a foul down the first base side.
So 2 gentlemen by the name of Brady lead the team in stolen bases.
Yep. They also play on the left side of the infield. I call them the Brady Bunch. Haven't gotten any blowback on that yet, so I think they might be too young to understand the reference, which I'm good with. Borchardt stays alive, checks his swing, fouls it off. 2-2. McGuire off second. Borchardt waits. The pitch inside for a ball. 3-2 the count. Borchardt standing in, looking to add a little insurance as there's a ground ball toward short, picked up by Loyal. Throw on to first is going to be in time. And the inning is over, but the Tarp Skunks retake the lead. 4 runs come across. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Tarp Skunks lead 9-8.
It's like life in Chautauqua County. It's where small-town charm meets world-class culture, where your downtime gets an upgrade across miles of lakes, state parks, and vibrant local vineyards, where you can live the high life at a low cost as your dollars go further and your roots grow deeper. Whether you're building a business or advancing your career, settling down or saddling up, choose Chautauqua County, where every step you take is toward the life you love. Start your next chapter at livechq.org.
Our generation has a choice. Turn away from the world's problems or chase them down. We refuse to sit back and watch them pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Rise to every challenge and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Fans, the 7th inning summary presented by Schultz Auto Group, a proud sponsor of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Visit any of our locations in Jamestown or Warren, Pennsylvania, or online at schultzauto.com.
7th inning summary. It's been a drama-filled ball game. Christian Pensick started the game for the Tarp Skunks, left after 3 1/3, giving up 6 total runs. And the Tarp Skunks were trailing by 3 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. 4 runs coming across in the bottom of the frame. And Jason Brown on the mound looking to close it out for the Tarp Skunks, as he will face Paletto, King, and Wooten, 6, 7, 8.
Paletto grounded out in the first, got a base hit in the third, and was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning.
First pitch, taken for a strike, 0-1. Jason Brown would be in line for the win. Micah Bennett came in after Jake O'Connor finished 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those earns, as that one's fouled off. And it's 0-2. O'Connor walked 3, struck out 2. Micah Bennett, though, comes in 1 inning, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. So he would be on the hook for the loss here.
Brown, meanwhile, up on the count now, 0-2. We'll see what he delivers here with a favorable count on his end.
And the 0-2 pitch coming up. There's a fly ball into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit.
Yeah, he broke out the sand wedge on that one, and it was low and inside, and who was that? Paletto was able to swing low and drive it over into shallow right field. So he's on base now as a leadoff hitter in the top of the 6th inning and representing the tying run for the Newark Pilots.
As that is going to bring up Brady King, the designated hitter, 0 for 3 on the day.
Fairly even matchup here. 11 hits for the team. Well,
12 for the Skunks,
yeah, 12
10 for the Pilots, as that one's inside. 1-0. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Skunks. 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. And the pitch. There's a chopper towards short. Could be 2. Marshall, the second for 1. Throw on to first. 2! A double play!
And they needed that, too. Great job there on defense. And, of course, first baseman for the Skunks being able to keep his foot on the bag as he reached very high to pull that down. Smith, nice job to turn the double play when they needed it to help maintain a lead here. So the base paths are clear. They're 1 out away from their 7th consecutive victory.
Brown will face Alex Wooten, the first baseman. 0 for 2 with a walk today in the first pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. Brown looking to shut the Pilots down and pick up a win here. Would be his first win of the season. As there's a ground ball to third, picked up by McGuire. Throw on to first. Ball game over. Tarp Skunks win by a final score of 9-8. They win their 7th in a row, improve their record to 17-10 on the season. And more importantly, go in to Game 2 of this doubleheader, tied for second, 1 game out of first place behind the statistically idle Batavia Muck Dogs, who are facing the Buffalo Diesel in an exhibition game. Final score from Detrick Park, Game 1, 9-8. Stay tuned in about 30 minutes. Jason Sample and I will be back with game number 2 right here on CCS-TV. We'll see you in about 30 minutes.